board says it stands by its appointment of Nico Bezuidenhout as acting chief executive officer. A weekend newspaper reported that Bezuidenhout was the latest in a series of high-profile executives and politicians who had been exposed for overstating their qualifications. The airline has admitted that its 2011 and 2012 annual reports were wrong to state that Bezuidenhout had a BCom in transport economics and industrial psychology, as well as an MBA. And earlier today, the airliner said Bezuidenhout was headhunted on behalf of SAA to head up the e-commerce operations in 2001. And the man, Nico himself, joins us in the studio. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Colin.
What are the facts concerning your qualifications?
Colin, the facts on my qualifications has remained the same since 2001. My CV is a matter of public record, deposited with the Department of Transport since 2006. SAA on the 8th of March last year already clarified that they made an error in terms of publication in their annual financial results, bearing in mind that at the time I was the CEO of Mango and had no executive involvement at SAA. That has been reconfirmed. Unfortunately, in the last couple of days, this matter has been politicized. A statement made by Ms. Natasha Michael specifically states that I manipulated my CV. I have responded to her in detail, evidencing that my CV has been consistent. In terms of my performance, my track record in aviation, what qualifies me to lead and manage an airline is the fact that I run the only successful and profitable state-owned carrier. Mango has been profitable since for the last 7 out of 8 full fiscals, and that is that.
Do you think there's an agenda against your persona?
Colin, I do not concern myself with that type of politics. You know, at the end of the day, Ms. Michael last year on the 12th of February brought out a public statement supporting my appointment as acting CEO. So I do not care to involve myself with that. I'm not a politician. I'm an aviation specialist. That is what I focus on. And I really think that the focus should be at the task at hand, and that is to help and assist our flag carrier.
Well, in as far as the notoriety of SAA and its financial standing right now, is there a standing financial turnaround strategy of the corporation? You've been operating at losses, but it has been business as usual. There are flights to various countries throughout the world.
SAA is, from an operational aspect, a stable airline and has always been a very credible operating airline. The finances of the business are in disarray. The carrier has had to apply to the state for a further guarantee in terms of fiscal support. We've implemented and presented to the Ministries of Finance as well as Public Enterprises a 90-day action plan in terms of very concrete, actionable items and steps that we can take to restore profitability in the business. And it really is time for us, and that's why I see these sideshows as distractions from the task at hand. We need to take the very clear steps to make immediate difference in SAA's financial performance, because we cannot continue draining the fiscus of financials.
How is the strategic focus of turning around the airline in as far as its finances are concerned when there's wranglings within the board itself? How is that disturbing the focus?
I think that the board has been, Honourable Minister Brown has reconstituted the SAA board. There's a level of stability in the board at present. The board, in my view, is currently committed and tries to remain focused in terms of the concrete steps. So first and foremost, restoring solvency and liquidity within the business. Secondly, ensuring that operational performance improves. So that may mean a right sizing of certain routes, changes in route structure, renegotiating supply contracts. There's at least 1.3 billion rand on a full year basis and savings that can be generated through taking very concrete steps in the business. And then the third step really is a lot of focus on restoring governance and enhancing governance within the business. All in all, there's 6 steps in terms of this 90-day plan. The board and the executive remain focused on implementing these steps despite the distractions that exist.
With the current fleet that's operational at the moment, is SAA looking at selling the current one and acquiring new assets, or what is going to happen concerning that?
See, the issue, even the long-term turnaround strategy from the outset stated that SAA needs to refleet. It never, however, said that SAA has to go out and spend 30 to 50 billion rand in terms of acquiring new aircraft. SAA's financial means and balance sheet cannot necessarily afford that type of investment. Now, yes, it is possible for us to swap some of our aircraft and get more fuel-efficient aircraft without necessarily being a drain on the fiscus. I think this whole wide-body fleet reordering or refleeting has taken the eye off the ball in terms of doing the basic steps in this business.
What should we expect from the financial results of SAA in the next term? Let's say your interim results in 2015. Should we expect better results?
I think in the very short-term financial year ending 2014, passed in March, those results still have to be released pending obtaining going concern guarantee from the state. Going forward progressively, provided that we stick to the action plan in terms of taking these concrete steps, you will see a gradual improvement. We know how to get this business to break even. It is not a matter of not having strategy. It's a matter of implementing good strategy.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We are talking to Nico Bezuidenhout, who is the CEO of South African Airways, talking to us right here on PM News. And on to other news now. The Marathon Post of